Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Friday, January 11th. Happy Friday. Hope you're excited for the weekend. I have a few news items to share with you guys. Not too many. Definitely some important stuff though. So first, I did want to remind you guys, about an hour ago, I uploaded my interview with the Uphold Exchange CEO, where he has some important takeaways for with their plans and with the history. He gives a history of the Greg Kit funding, XRP, and so forth. And he has a request for the XRP community. So those of you who hold XRP, definitely check that video out. Definitely some good things there. Of course, this is not financial or investment advice. And if you're not subscribed yet, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Hit the thumbs up as well. But let's take a look at the market here, guys. We're seeing some sideways moving action here. A little bit of green, nothing significant. Pretty much the percentages are below 1%. But it's better than seeing a continual dive down in prices. So I would take sideways movement over a downward spiral. But let's see what happens. We obviously talked a bit about what appears to be a whale dumping. And maybe there's some negative news coming. I'm not sure, but we'll have to let it play out. But we know we are the early adopters, the pioneers in this new asset class. We see Wall Street, corporate giants, big traditional companies getting into crypto, setting up their services, as well as governments making moves to establish the infrastructure for the crypto market, essentially putting in rules, regulations, and all that good stuff. So some of which I'm going to share with you guys today. But first, let's take a look at the following news around Ripple. This is very interesting. At the Paris Fintech Forum coming up on January 30th, Brad Garlinghouse is CEO of Ripple, and Swift's current CEO, Gottfried Leibbrandt, will be on the same panel. And the name of that segment will be Let's Send the Money. This is very interesting because we know that Ripple is out to take the market from Swift, right? And they've pretty much called out Swift being like an old car and with a Ferrari cover on it, right? Versus what Ripple is, the disruptive technology that's solving a real world problem here. So I'm very surprised they're doing this, but I'm not sure what's going on. There were rumors, I should say, in 2018 about Ripple and Swift partnering, but we know those rumors died down. So folks from Ripple said, cool your jets and all of that. But something's happening here. I don't believe they would be sharing this stage if something wasn't ahead. Are they coming to a truce or some sort of, I don't know, indirect partnerships? Maybe. I don't know. But the fact that these two people are sharing the stage, it's very interesting to me, and I wanted to let you guys know about it. So let's see what comes out of it. Let's see what happens. Is there going to be some heated, exchanges? I don't know. But at one point, many of you can look at, search for this video on YouTube. Bill Gates and Steve Jobs did share the same stage for an interview. And this was years ago, but definitely in the 2000s. It wasn't like in the early days when they really had bad blood. But, and it's not, and, that didn't obviously mean that they were partnering or anything, but it's still interesting that these folks are doing this in this early stage, especially Ripple is trying to, steal market share from Swift. So interesting. Now, speaking of governments helping set up infrastructure for this new market, Wyoming lawmakers advance blockchain sandbox bill. The cowboy state, for those of you overseas, Wyoming is a U.S. state. The cowboy state is continuing its efforts to welcome blockchain and crypto startups, most recently by approving a bill to let blockchain startups to operate within a regulatory sandbox for a legislative vote. The Wyoming House Committee on Minerals, Business, and Economic Development unanimously approved its financial technology sandbox bill on Friday. The bill, if passed into law, would authorize the state to allow startups to test new technologies and determine how they might function within existing regulatory regimes. This includes blockchain startups, according to the bill. Caitlin Long, co-founder of the Wyoming Blockchain Coalition, noted that the state already has an efficient approach to regulation compared to most other states. Many of the other states in the U.S. can be very heavy-handed with regulations, in particular with regard to financial services. So we're seeing movements from a state and federal level. Federal level, we know the Token Taxonomy Act, which was proposed by Warren Davidson and Darren Scott, and let's hope Congress passes that. But what we've been seeing is New York setting up a crypto blockchain committee. They gave funding for the blockchain startup. I think I spoke to you guys about it yesterday. Also, Colorado, we have two senators there, bipartisan support, which put forth a bill called the Colorado Digital Token Act, I believe it's called. And then you have Ohio, where Warren Davidson, one of the guys behind the Token Taxonomy Act, Ohio is going to accept crypto for taxes, right? So we are seeing states are making moves on their own from a local perspective, and then you have the federal perspective. So it's a great sign. I still think things are moving very slow. The U.S. is really lagging behind here. Other countries in the world are more crypto blockchain friendly. So, but at least some progress being made, and this is where we have to be patient. And it goes back to what I'm saying, that we are the early adopters, the early pioneers. So think about the early days of the internet, where, a lot of things weren't built out. The educational aspect wasn't there yet. When I say education, I'm not just talking about the regular Joe Schmo on the street, but also people in government, right? And I'm not an ageist, but if you saw some of the folks who interviewed the people from Google and Facebook and so forth, the questions they ask, it's like, come on, dude. Come on, like, you don't know how the internet works, you don't know how technology works, and these are some of the people who we have to try to get to understand crypto and blockchain. So that's part of the reason, just the hold up is like that roadblock, that they don't understand emerging technology. So it's good that people who understand are making the push, and those who are a little bit younger as well. So progress, at least. I wish it was more progress and moving faster, but it is what it is, and we got to be patient. Now, Coincheck wins crypto exchange license 12 months after major hack. So Japanese crypto exchange Coincheck, I believe they are the largest exchange in Japan, which suffered a $530 million hack in January of 2018, is now a licensed entity. Monex Group, the Japan-based online brokerage firm that acquired, that's right. So Monex Group acquired them. That's part of how they got approved, because they essentially said, hey, we're going to fix all of the problems and potential security risks. So I think that's how they were able to. So they acquired Coincheck for $33.5 million following the cyber attack. Announced Friday that the exchange is now registered with Kanto Financial Bureau under the country's Payment Service Act, effective immediately. The license was approved by the country's Financial Services Agency, FSA, on the basis of Coincheck's improved risk management and governance systems with concrete internal controls and customer protection in mind, Monex said. So as you can see, even in a bear market, even blood on the streets, and even this like small dump by this whale, right? Moves are still being made, right? The people who understand what's happening, who are seeing the long-term vision, the bigger picture here, the holistic view, not just what the price is doing at this moment, because markets move in cycles, right? Bear and bull markets, and this is a young market with volatility and a lot of wild west type things happening, manipulation and so forth. But as these institutions and major exchanges and so forth start to get all their ducks in a row, and they start marketing the crypto as an asset class, it's going to take off. It is going to take off. So it's really, we are very much in the early days, and we do have to be patient here. But moves, progress, and things are being made, guys. So next, Ethereum's Constantinople hard fork is coming up. And as you guys know, I am bullish on Ethereum. I believe it'll be one of the winners coming out of the market. I believe there's going to be multiple winners, just as there was in the .com boom. Multiple winners. You had your Google, your Amazon, your eBay, your Priceline, all of that, right? Well, Ethereum is going to be making an update, and this update has been delayed before, but I've shared with you guys real world adoption of Ethereum that's been taking place, and there's big things ahead. Just like, for example, the blockchains LLC project in Nevada. Even recently, I shared with you guys in Nevada, I think it was a particular town that was using the Ethereum blockchain to issue marriage license. I mean, that's real world adoption, right? So cautious optimism. That's how Hudson Jameson, developer relations of the Ethereum Foundation, described the mood in the run-up to Ethereum's fifth planned system-wide upgrade, Constantinople, expected to activate next Wednesday, January 16th. So that's coming up. Constantinople is a type of upgrade known as a hard fork, which means it needs to be unilaterally installed across all nodes in the network as network to function as intended. This approach is a process that comes with inherent risks. For example, if a sufficient number of users don't agree with an upgrade, it could cause the network to split. Such an event took place in 2016 when a controversial hard fork following the collapse of DAO led to the emergence of two distinct blockchains, Ethereum and Ethereum Classic. So we all know what's happening with Ethereum Classic right now. So, I'm hoping that doesn't happen again and this goes through successfully. I think it will. Still, Afri, I can't pronounce this guy's last name, release manager of the Parity Ethereum client, said that risk of a chain split is low because adoption of the upgrade by Ethereum's top mining pools, the parties most critical in avoiding a chain split, has been strong. So that's a good sign. Miners are prepared, he said. Only miners can split the chain. Currently, a tracking website ran by Peter Prastischer, the CEO of top Ether mining pool Ethermine, tracks Constantinople adoption to be a mere 15.6%. Speaking to Coindesk, he said that the statistics are flawed and claimed the adoption to be closer to a majority. So here's a quote: "We expect most of the not updated nodes to be updated by the time the fork block arrives." Something to note as well, Ethereum is looking to move away from proof of work to proof of stake. So which is interesting. I mean, that they're doing that. And let me give you some more details. Named after the capital of the Byzantine Empire, Constantinople forms part of a three-part upgrade called Metropolis. It combines a total of 5 Ethereum improvement proposals, and while the majority are non-controversial tweaks, one aspect of the upgrade has been the cause of some controversy. In particular, Constantinople delays the difficulty bomb, an algorithm in Ethereum's that increases mining difficulty over time. Because the upgrade will decrease the mining difficulty, it also takes steps to reduce the reward miners are giving for securing the network, down from 3 ETH to 2 ETH per block. So this is all part of like the move away from proof of work to proof of stake, guys. And I'm not saying it's doing it with this update. I'm just saying it's like step 1 or whatever it may be, but it's coming up, so let's see what happens. Like I said, I am bullish on Ethereum, and then there's other smart contract competitors out there, like your Cardano, your EOS, and all that, Neo, Tron, and so forth. But I think Ethereum is going to do really well. And don't get me wrong, there's going to be competitors, right? But I think Ethereum will be leading that. And even Ripple at one point, I think they're working on it. Codius, their smart contract platform, I can't wait to hear what happens with that, or see what happens with that, because it's like kind of like Ripple already has the customer base, they already have clients working with them, so it's very easy to say, hey, you financial institutions and banks, we have a smart contract technology, want to use it? Because we've seen, if you guys recall, I shared the news about Ethereum blockchain used for a loan between 3 banks, and I thought that was interesting. I believe Coindesk had reported on it, so let me see if I can pull it up here, guys. So Ripple's working with banks who issue loans, so that could be big competition. Here we go. And it's actually banks that work with Ripple for cross-border payments. BBVA is one of the Ripple partners, and as well as Japan's Mitsubishi UFG Financial Group. So they are also a Ripple client. Interesting scenario here in setup, right? So BBVA puts $150 million syndicated loan on Ethereum blockchain. So see what I'm talking about, guys? That's why I am bullish on Ethereum. So, you know, the whole ICO thing and the little hiccups that we're seeing now, I'm looking past that because I'm seeing these things aren't making the major headlines, but it's getting real world adoption, and that is important. They have a working product, and even though their updates and upgrades have been slow and postponed many times, they're happening slowly. And I think Ethereum, like I said, I'm bullish on it. It's in my portfolio, and you know, big things ahead. So the facts are here, guys. And like I said, just in talking about competition, if Ripple were to put out a smart contract with Codius, right, the competition's going to heat up, and they already have the customer base. So let's see what happens, guys. Great time to be in crypto, because like I said, you have to have perspective here. We are very early, and there's a potential to make a lot of money, of course, being early investors, just as, you know, there were folks before myself and many of you who got in like 2013, 2014, and a lot of millionaires minted from Ethereum when they bought in Ethereum at, you know, pennies or even, you know, by the dollars. And of course, Bitcoin and many other, you know, even Litecoin, guys. I know some people who made significant amount of money off of that. So we just have to be patient, just like those people were patient, because it didn't happen overnight for them. Some had to wait years, right? Some maybe got lucky and made it within a year, but the majority were, you know, over 1 year or even close to 2 years for the most part. So guys, what do you think about this news? Like I said, not too many here, but leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links in the description. Please help share my channel and videos with your friends and family and on social media so we can spread the news and facts about crypto, which is a new emerging asset class and with revolutionary technology that is blockchain, guys. So thank you for your support. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll talk to you all later.